Going to light up a shop today, and it's not my shop. I'm at my son-in-law's shop, and we're going to replace all these lights in here, fluorescents, with LED tubes. Going to talk about it, show you what we're going to do coming up. I'm Roger, not in my shop, but in my son-in-law's shop, and we're going to do some light replacing today. There's roughly 48 LED tubes in here, or not LED, but fluorescent tubes. We're going to change those to LED. I'm going to show you how we do it. I'm going to show you the big difference. Because as you can see here, it's pretty dim. So we're going to change all that. I'm going to walk you through the steps of it a little bit and explain a couple things. Okay, what we're going to be doing is replacing the fluorescent tubes that are in here now with these LED replacement tubes. There's a couple different kinds of these, and I did make a video here a while back in my own shop where I was changing some of the lights out from fluorescent LED. There's two different types. One type, you wire everything from one end. The other one, you wire from both ends. There is a big difference in the type of socket you have. The socket in the fixture itself is either a normal, what they call a tombstone, where you have two wires to it, and the two pins are separate from each other. The other type of tombstone socket is what they call shunted. That's where the two pins are common to each other. And if you happen to have shunted lamp holders, and I doubt that these are, but I'm still going to do the double-ended feed. If you have a shunted lamp holder, you cannot use a single-end feed tube like this. You'll need to get new tombstones and replace them, because you'll end up with a short, because those two are together. You put the hot and neutral together, and you're going to be tripping a breaker or blowing a fuse. With these here, with the dual end feed, you have the line or hot to one end, the neutral to the other end. And that's what we're going to be putting in here. A little bit more explanation about it. These are what they call a T8 tube. The fixtures we're replacing the tubes in have what they call F40, T12, CWs. What does all that stand for? The F means fluorescent. It's pretty obvious. The 40 stands for watts. 40 watt. These are 28 watt. Going to be a big energy savings. T12. That number 12 stands for the number of eighths of an inch in diameter. So a T12 is 12 eighths or an inch and a half. A T8, 8 eighths, 1 inch. That's simple. Okay, we'll get started here, and I'll get some of these opened up, and I'll show you what we're going to do the swap. Okay, can you see a difference here? Here's the one I just changed the tubes in. This is one of the older ones. Now I'm going to take you through step by step on how to actually wire one of these. Okay, obviously I'm in the dark here because I'm on a fixture that is not on, and we are going to change this. I'm going to take you through this step by step. And we're not going to be reusing these diffusers in this particular case. We're going to take those off carefully, not get showered with bugs. Get that off to you there. Okay, take these lamps out. And you want to be careful here that you don't break your tombstones. The ends. It can be a little ornery sometimes. Okay, now, what do you do with these old tubes when you're done with them? If they have a green cap, or if they happen to have green printing, like this one here does, they are environmentally friendly. You can just put them out with your trash or send them to the landfill. Or even better is to send them to a recycling facility. Or if they do not have the green end or the green label, they're older ones, and there's a very good chance they contain mercury, and they should not be broken by any means. Don't chuck them at the neighbor's dog or anything like that. And they should not be put out in the trash. They should be disposed of as a hazardous material. Just something to keep in mind. I know a lot of people just chuck them in the trash, but you really shouldn't do that. Okay, next you need to take the ballast cover off. And well, the label came off of this one. Something you'll want to look at on your ballast you want to look at the label and make sure it says no PCBs. Because if it does not say no PCBs, it is an older one. It's probably from the late 60s or earlier. If it contains PCBs, you need to treat that ballast as a hazardous waste. Don't just throw it in the trash. So all you need to do here is cut the wires off the ballast. And since I do not have enough wire on the incoming to reach all the way to the other end, I'm going to reuse the ballast wires. And these are non-shunted lamp holders in this particular case. But we're keeping everything the same. Everything on one end is going to be the neutral and everything on the other end is going to be the line side. We'll get rid of the old ballast here. This one's warm. Been on a while. Oh, the next step is to strip all these wires on the ends. Now it's just a matter of connecting those wires to hot and neutral. Just to be consistent throughout this entire project here, I'm making the end with the yellow wires a neutral and the end with the red and blue wires the line side or the hot, black, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing it to keep things uniform. Oh, and obviously do this with the power shut off. Makes it a whole lot easier and a whole lot safer. Okay, that's just a matter of getting all your wires tucked up there so you can put the ballast cover back on. And we're ready for some tubes. There again, when you're putting these in, don't get wild with it here or you'll end up breaking your tombstones. And you obviously want to put it with the LED strips pointing down and not up, or you won't get much light out of them. Okay, ready for some power. Hey, that's a lot brighter and you can see me now. Now I've just got a whole bunch more to do. Okay, so there we are. The shop's all lit. Great big difference. 48 new tubes. And I mentioned early in the video the difference between a single end and a double end feed, whether or not you had shunted lamp holders or the non-shunted. We did run into two fixtures here that did have shunted lamp holders, so it's a good thing I was using the dual end feed. So otherwise, this is how it looks. You can see it's a lot brighter in here. It's a lot more well lit. It's much more energy efficient. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate you getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Otherwise, I'm Roger, not in my shop, the son-in-law's shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.